no Faramis. So yeah, that Eve really stands out, and it just makes Eve pick more expensive. Asking a big question here, what is Udil going to play? Alter Ego, if they do not secure a mage in the first phase, it's going to be a very tough second phase for Udil.
I think Barca might be picked up by
Agreed.
Alter Ego.
Naturally, I guess.
I think if we're looking at the same MPL ID Season 11 Alter Ego now, yes, Farsa, they always prioritize Udil's heroes back when they had this lineup. If it's not Udil, you can expect Pi. Just getting these two players, well, a solid mage in the mid lane and also the side laner in is going to be massive. Hey, it's one of the side laners, not Pi, it's Nino. So it's going to be the Farsa and the Claude. Oh, this is giving me Season 11 vibes.
It is, but do you think it's a little too predictable from Alter Ego?
I think right now they need to accept that they are predictable. They need to accept that their drafts haven't been dynamic. They need to play within their strengths at this point to find one win.
So comfort's over.
Yep.
All right. So we do have a comment here by Hijume though. We're ready to take on all teams and we can't wait to start playing. Well, you can get right into it right after we finish the drafts here. As Evos, they're going to be picking up the Ling. Okay.
I think they're roam here. I think they really want to secure the 3-0 mid in the first phase.
Angeling.
Angela Ling combo is going to be nasty here. But then again, seeing the composition from Alter Ego.
Such a good pick for Esme.
Esme. I like it.
Not a big fan of the Esmeralda here because it does leave that Esme to be countered, but I can see what you're getting at, right? I mean, if they do go for the Esmeralda here, they can just ban out something like a Dairoth later on, and then the Esmeralda can run rampant around. They might also need to ban the carry, though, but hey, they're taking exactly what the keys to victory were mentioning. Secure an independent hero for Selly Boy. We saw him on the Artist, we saw him on the Baksha. He has matured, and now Alter Ego finally treating him like an adult. He's independent. That's a Baksha in the jungle.
That is a Baksha in the jungle, and again, what this Baksha gives you, it adds that passive, right? Going up against an Angel, you want that extra passive from that Baksha to somehow negate the potential from Angela. But let's see here, second phase, very important. They need to eliminate the EXP here. I feel like a Yuzong ban just makes sense. Just making sure that Farsa is not a juicy target.
I agree with that. And to your point before about the Baxia, I think it also has the ability to match the quick rotations of the Ling. So I feel like the Baxia was a wise choice, other than, you know, Mardis and so on and so forth. But Alter Ego here, they're actually going to start respecting brands. They take out the Brody. Beatrix is still an option for him to pick up, despite what happened yesterday.
Yeah, I think the Beatrix is a solid choice to ban out later on for Alter Ego, maybe like right now, but I think knowing the Beatrix Claude matchup, knowing that Nino is a really good laner, he should be able to completely bully the Beatrix on the Claude. So I don't think they're going to be too scared of facing up against the Claude. However, I think the carry would be a good bet. They have a Baksha. That means they want a solid front line. They're probably going to double down on that with a Uranus pick later on as well if they really want to play for this front to back. So getting the carry out of the way definitely will help the team. We do have a comment here from Super Vin. The difference when there's Rekt in the team, they're more organized. They used to be aggressive, but now their aggression is controlled by someone managing their gameplay. I think this was right. This was a comment before MPL Indonesia Season 12 begun. But after we've seen the effects, it's still a Beatrix. So they let go of the carry. They want brands to go carry.
Oh, that's a ballsy approach. I mean, considering you have a Baksha, you have a strong unit, tanky unit in your comp, going up against a carry, that's very, very sus in a sense. But, well, let's see, right? I mean, with the Uranus ban, pretty straightforward. They lack burst, right? With the Ling and as well as Eve, it's not really bursty. Sure, you have the Ling, but going up against tanky units apart from that Baksha, it's gonna be a very nuisance comp.
Maybe they want to end the game as soon as possible, right? Because carrying the early game is pretty bad against the Claude. And the fact is, if the carry doesn't get her items, Alter Ego can then just try and rush it. But that's a very small window. They only have a couple minutes. I think maybe 15 minutes less for them to end the game as soon as possible. It's a risky play, but it might just work if they do want to control those side lanes. And Alter Ego, wow, we haven't seen a Lapu Lapu being picked up at all here at MPL ID Season 12. And Pai, he's going with his comfort, Lapu Lapu.
Again, like we mentioned, they're just trying to nail it down. They're going to go for comfort here. They know they're already very desperate. 0-4 start to NBL Indonesia Season 12. They got to get some wins in, and they will 100% just utilize their comfort, their pocket picks as well. Pai loves this hero. We'll see what he can do, even though it's not really popular now. But for Evos Legends, now that they know they're up against the Lapu Lapu, up against the Claude as well, they can go for something like the Arlet, but the Yu Zhong would definitely hurt the Farsa in the back. On top of that, for the gold lane, going for something like a carry would still work. Lapu and Baxia, two very easy targets to go up against with this carry.
Does Charisma not work? Sorry?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Leslie. Oh, this just opens
The
an
prime
Atlas pick.
counter.
Atlas pick for the side of Rossi. I see no, I don't see no problem. Atlas can be picked up here. It's good going up against a Leslie. Leslie can't use Purify. And yeah, I think this is also why Rossi will be chosen last. They need crowd control and they have a lot of AoE, so why not add the Atlas?
I love it. That's why I said the carry instead of the Leslie, because the Leslie is so vulnerable. You can't even go for the Purify on the Leslie. Well, you can, but it leaves you very, very vulnerable too. There's going to be a further airstrike on your way, even a Claude that'll jump in. So yeah, I agree with you. The Atlas pick is definitely wide open for the taking for Alter Ego. But if they want to go for something that stops the Ling into the early game as well, the Kufra can be a good choice.
What?
Whoa.
That's a huge curveball. Hellkurt last pick here for Alter Ego. So it's going to be Rossi on the Baxia, not a Baxia jungle. We saw it work out yesterday. Technically, Hellkurt works kind of good against the backline in Leslie. And the heave.
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm thinking about this. Should this work?
I mean, we haven't seen it before. We have seen the Hellkurt on the hands of Taz. The Baxia Roam is something we haven't seen in NPL Indonesia Season 12. A big curveball indeed, Eterna. I'm gonna say, I like it. I like that it's been very predictable, the entire draft for Alter Ego, and they ended off with a massive curveball. And now, it makes Evos Legends think. The Baxia will definitely have enough pressure, enough mobility to help the side laners. And with that, Alter Ego, they've basically gone all in their keys to victory. Play for the side lane, Rossi's got the job done.
Let's see if it's gonna work out here in the Land of Dawn as we welcome you to game number 1 between Alter Ego and Evos Legends as we head into a pause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, see, even the system wants to give us a little bit more time to think about this. Hellkurt in the jungle. I get your point here. Do you have a different opinion? Because I took a sneak peek into your prediction.
Whoa, okay.
Wait, how?
How?
I'm
You read
cool
my
like
mind?
that.
Well, I think I think she read your mind right. She read
Do you
my
know who
mind
I
right.
predicted?
Do you know?
I think I do. I have a feeling.
Oh, that's scary.
That's scary.
That's scary, okay? But, I mean, looking at the composition, right? Why they committed towards the Hellkurt, I think it does make sense. They need someone that can dive with the Claude and as well as the Labu towards the backside, so they're really putting their eggs in one basket. Seeing the crowd control from the side of Evos is little to none. I think it might work, right? Because only Paquito, in a sense, that can deal that crowd control, that can stun you up, that can cancel your mobility. And let's not forget, Hellkurt has that passive, that silence passive, where you can't do anything. You can't even basic attack.
And I think the Boxy is going to be able to give Tellyboy a little bit more cover as well in that jungle. I think it works well. I kind of like it when I think about it.
I agree. I think I really like it. Why? Because for a lot of people, they look at the curveball, they think, oh, it's just the Baxia in the jungle. It was Baxia in the jungle, now it's the Roam, and it's a Hellkurt. But what that curveball enables is for the whole team to shift its dynamic. It was a front-to-back composition at the start. Now it's a full dive composition.
Yeah.
Hellkurt, Baxia, and the Lapu Lapu.
Even the Claude.
Even the Claude. And even the Farsa coming down. Farsa here will be the classic Udil Farsa. He's just going to use that Feather Airstrike to poke, and he will not care if he dies. As long as he gets every damage out of his skill department out and into the right members of Evos Legends, and it's already worth it. He can die and he will act as utility. He'll be a utility poke, he'll be the burst poke, and then he'll take the death.
This feels more like Alter Ego.
Exactly.
It's more Alter Ego style. It's their identity here that we're seeing. And hopefully it works out for them as we enter back into the Land of Dawn here for game number 1. Already quick rotations here coming in from Rossi, trying to take that lethal away, and it is actually going to go into the hands of Boy here in the first few moments of the game.
Oh, looking at the emblems here for both of the teams, the Brave Smite is going to be the choice for the Claude. Something we can take note of. If you're in a losing lane on the Claude, the Brave Smite gives you much more value than the Quantum Charge. And that's what Alter Ego are trying to utilize now with Nino in the losing lane.
Oh, let's see. Dark Knight falls. Oh, Rossi taking a lot of heat there. Forced to use the flicker, but it is Evos fail to find their first blood.
This is a very different Hellcurt than what we saw from Evos, from Taz themselves, right? They utilized it yesterday. Earlier on, Taz was a lot more passive. He was just farming, but on Boy, he's a lot more active, trying to get that pick. He doesn't naturally get it, but it does kind of hint at the slower rotations here coming in from Evos in the first few minutes of the game.
And there's another big difference from the Boy Hellcurt and the Taz Hellcurt. Taz went for a Quantum Charge, giving him more mobility and more ways to enter in a team fight, the way he angles himself in a flank. But now with Lethal Ignition, Boy is really just banking on the fact that Alter Ego can nail someone down for him to get the burst out.
Let's see here the turtle take though. No Dark Knight falls just yet. Oh, there you go. Will be popped. Turtle will be secured by Boy with the steal. Wow. And now let's take a look at Taz combined with the hard guard. Now jumping in on towards Spy though. Not enough damage just yet. Again, Evos and Alter Ego. No first blood just yet.
Oh, but Boy getting that turtle finally. Was he not on one of the lowest numbers or levels of most secure turtles and just objectives in general? The fact that he was able to get that away, was he a level ahead?
No, they were both level,
level 4?
4.
All right, so he got level 5 after he got the turtle.
Yes. They were both level 4, but you got to remember, right? This is what the dive comp actually does so well. Rossi was able to just use that shield unity, the Tempest of Blaze was used, and then Pi went in as well with Hellcurt. So they all went in together. That dive creates so much chaos, and you can see that even Taz, a guy who's so controlled, cold, he flinched a bit when all that dive came into him, had a hard guard to help, and this is what you need to do against a systematic team. Against Evos Legends, it almost seems like Alter Ego with Rossi. They're a team that was made, or a team that has a good style up against Evos. It's very similar to RSG, SG, and MSC 2023. How they were able to completely destroy Evos was because they were so chaotic. Alpha Jungle, Badang, XP, things you haven't seen before.
I mean, you make a good point here. I think now Evos Legends, they're starting to sweat just a little bit. They're not really sure, and they weren't banking on that kind of rotation, perhaps coming in from Alter Ego, that the Baxia and the Hellcurt could actually afford them.
Whoa!
And looking at this, Talent's prediction, it's very interesting. Oh, but wait a minute, Dreams.
Oh, he forced to use the flicker early. Udil, though, with the Feathered Airstrike, will claim first blood for the 3 masks.
Why'd you go for Evos alone? Did you read that? Was that the prediction read, Eterna?
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask him now. I didn't know.
You know what? Looking sure. Despite all that, I feel like Taz and as well as Angela is a lot to, it's a lot to cover from the side of Alter Ego. Can they really counter the split push potential coming from the side of Evos Legends later on? And let's not forget, late game, Leslie, true damage. Can you hold that damage off?
We'll see. I feel like that's Boy's job later on with the flanks, but here we are, already some punishment.
Silence comes in, Grants gets taken out. Take a look at Taz though, he enters the back line on towards Taz. Is it enough? Let's see. Tempest of Blade pops as well. Hijume there to give cover and real world relation. Oh my god, no casualties for the side of Alter Ego. That's a dub for them, their side.
4 blades, and Alter Ego were just able to maneuver out of that. Evos Legends now trying to look for that punish, but that Brave Smite giving Nino enough sustain.
Let's see, Blazing Duet just to clear the minions. And that's it.
Did you see him just instantly heal back?
Brave Smite.
Brave Smite. Oh, okay. So there you go. And it was crazy, right? Because Evos Legends, Taz on the lane is always something, it's always a sight to behold. He's usually able to at least get 1 or 2 kills, and the fact that Alter Ego were able to mobilize around his skills was insane. It was a huge dub here for Alter Ego in the first few minutes of the game. Tellyboy goes in, Dream still able to get out with that flicker. So that is going to be a resource wasted right before Alter Ego collapsed on the neutral objective, which is that turtle.
Interesting choice by Alter Ego not to completely just rush the turtle, and it's going to work for them because Fluffy and Taz are now back up. Orange buff being taken up top, but one thing I do want to say is Pi on this Lapu is a menace.
Forcing Taz to use that Tempest of Blade. Rossi crashes with the shield unity though. Take a look at the damage now given towards Rossi. Low HP now with the help of the hard guard. Rossi can escape. He gets taken out as, take a look at the turtle, untouched. So it's a big dub for the White Tigers.
Yeah, it's going just back and forth here with Rossi taken out, and they weren't able to even secure the turtle, sorry. And it looks like now Taz is going to be able to be guaranteed the space to go for it, but I think it's too risky. Tellyboy, Udil, they're actually going for it here.
And it's a very strange kind of trade that all happened to Alter Ego. It was a very delayed, wait, 50-50, Gani.
Oh, Taz showing who's boss.
Wait.
He had no, there's no logic to that. Taz just outskilled Tellyboy. Helkert would have a big advantage. He had a stinger.
Skill. Exactly.
Wow.
There is strike on the mid side. Dream gets taken out. Let's see. Silence comes through. Hijume forced to use the flicker as a defensive maneuver. Tempest of Blade, the mid side popped as well, but nothing more. So that's a kill for Alter Ego.
Yeah, soak it in, Eternal. I'm quite speechless myself.
He literally just stood on the wall, retreated, and was able to get it. Oh. No skill, no nothing, not even attempts of blades or anything. Oh man, that must hurt being Tellyboy, but at least they were able to trade it back with a kill over. And in addition to that, Nino going to be able to chunk most of that HP, even get that turret away. As Bronze, he needs to be careful here. With Nino already at level 4.
Yeah, I have to say here in this matchup, with the Brave Smite, it actually gives Claude more power. You would expect Leslie to completely bully Claude, but in the matchups that I have played, every Leslie who I've faced, and I'm not a good Claude, right? I've stomped. Literally, the Claude is so good up against this matchup now. With the Quantum Charge, you still need to, you need to really maneuver around that Quantum Charge with the mobility, but with the Brave Smite, you just take the damage, soak it back in, clear the wave, and Leslie falls, so heroes who can clear the wave fast. Nino took that turret, I think it's proof. And in the XP lane matchup, getting Pai this Lapu is actually pretty genius, right? Level 1 to 3, it's still Paquito favored. But once you get level 4, I think that you can say this for any Lapu matchup. Lapu dominates after Bravest Fighter.
Yeah, I mean, he dominates for sure. And looking at the situation right now, Alter Ego, Dreams has the fleeting time, so let's see here. With that fleeting time, will it come into clutch?
Hopefully, right? Because right now, Evos, they're behind 1,000 gold. And the fact is, in the early game, to add on to that, right? I think Bronze needs a little bit more items as well to be able to out-dish the damage compared to the sustain coming in from Nino as well. But here it is, Rossi already zoning it out.
Oh, Dark Knight falls. Tellyboy responds with a good retribution himself. Placing the way to the backside towards Hijume. Hijume has no spells. He gets taken out. There you go. Flicker has been used, but he gets taken out. So that's again Alter Ego with the huge trade on the board.
Huge 1-0, 2-0 you can even say. He gets a kill and an objective, and he's able to punish Hijume on his comfort hero. A 2,300 gold lead here for Alter Ego, and it looks like finally the answer has always just been fall back to what you know. Fall back to what works for you.
That's what worked for them in Season 11. Third place isn't an easy task, and Alter Ego were able to do that with this lineup, not with a new addition. Let's take a look at the in-game equipment by Dunia Games. That 1,000 gold lead for the Claude speaks volumes. Already the Golden Staff in the 8th minute of the game, building to a corrosion site. He doesn't even need to win a nature. See, when you're up against a Leslie, you can just focus on full damage, but because you don't need that defense. You're all good, G. He does true damage, and now Nino versus the world.
Oh, let's see, 4v2.
Wait, what?
Dreams, what? Okay, hard guard and Udil on the other side of the map gets taken out. Alter Ego needs to be slow, needs to control his tempo though. They want the mid. Let's see, Evos Legends will be able to clear the wave just now. Will there be an engage? Real world relation popped onto it. Still, Sally Boy caught. Oh, take a look at the damage from Fluffy. Finding one. Brands finds one as well, as that's a huge dub for the White Tigers.
0-4-3 trade. Evos always being able to find opportunities to punish their enemies. I thought it was a huge commitment just to take down Udil, but how it was able to collapse on one another, the way that they didn't have the high ground and the damage coming in from Udil was just the opening that Evos needed to punish and take Pi as well as Selly Boy down.
When you have a player like Taz, a mechanical genius who knows his limits, even the team just corrals around him. That hard guard from Dreams, he knew that even if he dies, it's going to be worth it. Taz will get a kill and he will live.
Oh, Feather striking it on towards Hijume. Oh my god, he mispositioned himself again, Hijume. That's a huge member to be taken care of now, Fluffy. What will he do? Bravest Fighter. Oh, he will not survive this time. Pi with the Bravest Fighter. Good skill resource. Has with the help of Card Guard now jumps in. Is this the white move? Dark Knight falls. Tempest falls. Finds a Nino. Wow, and that puts Alter Ego back off.
Taz is literally 1v5 with a hard guard, so it's 2v5, but it's just Taz. He's controlling these team fights. He's out classing Alter Ego all alone. My goodness.
It's insane what he's able to achieve. If he didn't have those skills, this would be super different. Alter Ego would still claim control, and look at how everything just instantly shifted. It's going to be a... Oh, Rasi though. It looks like he's opening up vision. I don't think they want to let this go. Helkert, Nino, Sally Boy, they're all here.
Yeah, no Dark Knight falls though. Now Sally Boy in the backside received a lot of damage, but will survive. Taz! Low HP gets taken now by Pi. Now Alter Ego with the collapse, finding 3 members of the White Tigers. Runs in trouble, but no, he survives. It's a 5v2. No way Evos Legends will contest this Lord.
I don't know, it looks like they're kind of close here. Sally Boy is really low as well. Fluffy already opening up the map and he sees that fact. Is he gonna go for a miracle play?
Well, he wants to go for it, but I don't think it'll work out here. Sullyboy just picks it up, and what have you seen this? I'm a very firm believer of there's no way one guy can just carry a team, but so far for Evos Legends in this game, it's all just been Taz. Literally, if Taz falls, if Taz doesn't perform, if Taz gets soloed, it's done. Evos Legends have nothing in their arsenal to fight back. Maybe because it's still the 11th minute of the game and Brands has not hit that item. Power Spike is still waiting, and he's taking his time. Berserker's Fury and Endless Battle built up onto a BOD. His first one, that'll be his first major Power Spike in the game, but it might be too late with the onslaught of dive coming in from Alter Ego.
Let's give everyone... Oh, what? Nino?
Weight of Nature. Oh, he's at the backside now. He will be taken out. That's a huge blunder. Take a look at Taz. 1v1 with the hard guard. Taz finds the solo on towards Selly Boy.
A 0-4-2 trade just like that. Traded back in Alter Ego. Before that, they were leading with 2,000, 2,000+ gold lead. And Evos, they instantly take it back. What I really wanted to say was to give everyone else credit from the side of Evos Legends. Alter Ego, they have CC, but they don't have a lockdown CC, quote unquote, for Taz, where everyone else might be having a really difficult time going against the Bravest Fighter and Rasi coming in as well. But the fact is, with what we saw earlier on, again, Taz, he's a machine.
He really is, man. That crisp, clean communication with himself. Honestly, the way his instincts works with his body together to be able to just perform these spectacular plays. All the plays that have gone Evos Legends' way, all the team fights which have gone Evos Legends' way, has been started, initiated, and carried by Taz. Now let's take a look at the itemization that BOD finally built, and this is the Power Spike. Now the Claude will start to fall off compared to the Leslie, who can deal damage much more freely and can actually punish Nino if he jumps a bit too aggressively. And looking at Taz, no wonder he's such a menace. That farm all the way from the early game, despite not getting most of the turtles, it's still a 2,000 gold difference between the two junglers, and he's already on the way to that Malefic Roar. I don't know if it's going to be a Malefic Roar or a BOD. That's how confident I think he is right now. There's not really a lot of frontliners that he wants to target anyway, so if he does go for BOD, then Nino and Udil will be in some big trouble.
Yeah, you can even see some respect coming out from Udil, right? Already with the steel leg plates earlier on. A peculiar item that a Farsa would actually secure. But he needs to respect that damage. He needs to respect Taz. We saw earlier on that Udil, the only death that he received was because of the dive coming in from Taz, and he understands that. Let's see how this works out, because 16 seconds are left on the clock. It looks like Evos, because they have the lane, like you mentioned earlier on, Agani, they are going to be able to split the map a little bit quicker. And I don't think Rossi, because he's building a lot of defense, he can actually be the one to clear those side lanes.
Yeah, no, and this is the thing, right? Minute 14, Leslie will also collect his items towards the full items, and again, that true damage, I don't think Rossi even can withstand the damage from Leslie.
No, I don't think he can. It's getting to a point of the game where, like you mentioned, Gani, Evos Legends have found their power spike. Now it turns around completely. That early game into mid-game. That's where Alter Ego can look for the end. Now with Wind of Nature built as well for Brands, Nino's power has been completely reduced now to just a shallow form of his previous mid-game self. Now it's in the late game, and man, I don't know. I'm looking at the ways Nino can actually engage. Oh, it's a Malefic Roar, so no BOD. He still respects the physical defense coming in from the rest of the Alter Ego members.
Let's see here again, looking at the damage that Alter Ego can bring. Will they commit to a fight here? Taz already. Oh, jumping in with the Vintoys towards Selly Boy. That's a mistake. Farsa is there to burst you down, and Taz now, without their jungler, Alter Ego will pull the trigger. Rossi though, quite low, placing Duet towards the front side. He's low as well. Let's see here. Evos, they might look and force Alter Ego to back away. They did. They did.
They can't go for it, right? Bronze is still alive despite them not holding that retribution. Alter Ego, they were so low. It only takes one shot coming in from Brands, especially now we're entering the 16th minute, to take them down. They can't go for it. It's going to be another reset on the Lord.
And now you're seeing the Twilight Armors being built up. Alter Ego, like you mentioned, they are able to win out in the trade, but they lose out so many of their resources. Nino was low, Selly Boy was low, and they were forced to just back away. It was only Pai and Rossi who had full HP. Taz, though, that was a big mistake. Luckily for him, it's in the late game, where even if he dies, there's still Brands, who has finally hit that power spike. But now with the Twilight Armors coming together for Alter Ego, they'll have an answer to that burst from Brands. Now it gets really dangerous for Brands, because look at Rossi and look at Pai. They can just soak that in and engage and open it up, something they weren't able to do until just right now.
Let's see. Alter Ego here still sticking with their 5 members in the Lord area. Nothing much going on though. Fluffy is the sole vision opener from the side of Evos Legends. Top side, very neutral. I might say no waves are pushing towards any side. Let's see again the dance, the weight.
They gotta respect the damage from Udil though, because before Taz was taken down, Udil just secured that Divine Glaive. And so maybe they weren't aware of how much damage he was able to place, but they should know where he is now. Does Taz not want to go for a pick first before they go in straight 5v5 on the Lord?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's a good point that you're bringing up here, because you would expect usually Taz to be in the side lane, pushing, split pushing, giving Alter Ego a bit more questions to be answered here. Nino, doing a lot of damage.
Whoa! What? What the heck was that damage? One shot, one kill.
My goodness.
No, what was that?
The one shot coming in from Brands. He's finally hit that point of the game. Now Udil.
With the Feather Airstrike flickered towards the backside as well. Mid, the turret will fall. Fluffy, though, with the flanks, does not really connect. Let's see here. Fluffy quite isolated now. Sally Boy will jump in. Fluffy with the passive survives.
What happened? What happened? It was a Lord Dance 5v5. Nino suddenly dies to the hands of Brands, and without Nino, clearly Alter Ego, they don't have enough of just gunpowder to be able to go for the Lord. Evos get it, they get another turtle, and a tower, and now it's just Evos controlling. Seriously, whoa, was that a one-shot? Like a pure... No, I need to see a replay.
Not a complete one-shot. There was help from the Evos Legends members, but for just for Leslie alone, the way you can utilize that combo is you use that passive and then you click your first skill and then you use 2 empowered true damage shots, and that's what got Nino. He doesn't have the Twilight armor. Instead, he built up the Wind of Nature and a Sea Halberd. See that Sea Halberd? Oh, he already has a Twilight armor, so despite it all, yeah, no wonder. Okay,
No way.
He has a Twilight armor. Did he just sell that earlier?
If we're talking about Twilight, it just capped on towards the first damage, right? Oh, take a look at the real-world information now. Forcing Ordeal to use the winner, even though Alter Ego still 2-member taken out. Now let's see the 5v3 defense and as well as offense as the base turret mid-side. Double kill from Bronze, and now this is looking like Evos Legends striking first as one by one the members of Alter Ego will be taken out. The White Tigers finds their first game.
Yeah, the White Tigers, Evos Legends. What an amazing gameplay. Taz just really popped off there. He made things a little bit more equal and balanced for Evos to strike back. But that's such a shame for Alter Ego. I really like their draft.